Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. Ever since I made my Legion Garrison Gold Guide, I got a ton of suggestions to try out Inscription. So in this video, I'll show you what you can do to earn some gold from your garrison using Inscription as a profession. For this, you'll need a level 3 scribe quarters, which is the profession building for Inscription. You'll also want to have a follower assigned to the building to maximize your profits. There are a couple of things you can do, but what we're the most interested in is the card of Omens. This is sort of an RNG based way to make gold. When you use this, you'll generate a random card that vendors anywhere from 1 copper to 6,000 gold, and you can make these as an inscriber in Draenor. To make them, they cost 5 war paints and 10 light parchments for a pack of 10. The light parchments are vendor bought items, and the war paints are the Draenor level inscription material. You learn how to make them from the Draenor inscription recipe that you buy from your main scribe quarters NPC. As for the war paints, you can get these from a few different sources, and you learn how to make them from the same Draenor inscription scroll that you bought earlier. It's on a daily cooldown, and they cost 10 cerulean pigments each to make. These are the Draenor level pigments for this expansion. You get them from milling Draenor level herbs. Per daily craft, you'll get anywhere from 8 to 20 war paints depending on your inscription skill, so to maximize your profit, you'll want to level that to 700 as soon as possible. If you need help with that, I have a 1 to 700 leveling guide for Inscription in the description of this video. You can also get these war paints from your work orders. Just like your daily craft, these cost cerulean pigments to generate. Each work order costs 2 pigments, and they give you 4 war paints as long as you have a follower assigned to the building. And as long as your scribe quarters is level 3, you'll occasionally get rush work order missions from your mission table. These come in groups of 2 or 3, and they instantly complete 5 work orders when you use them. In general, you'll get around 6 to 8 on a weekly basis, so that's about 1 rush work order a day. So you'll basically be wanting to pump all of your war paints into these cards of Omens. And what you decide to do with the cards is up to you. You can be more risky and flip them yourself, but if you want a more surefire way to earn gold, you can just sell them on the auction house. As of this video, these have an average US price of 7 gold and 80 silver across all US servers, so that's around 78 gold per craft since you get 10 of them. As for how many war paints you get on a daily basis, you have about 20 for your daily craft, assuming you have a skill of 700. Each work order takes 4 hours to complete, so that's 6 per day, which awards you with 24 war paints as long as you have a follower assigned to the building. And like I mentioned, on average on a weekly basis, you'll get 1 rush work order per day, which gives you another 20 war paints. So daily you'll get 64 war paints, which converts into 128 cards of Omens. That's nearly an average value of 1,000 gold per day if you decide to sell them on the auction house instead of flipping them. Keep in mind though that this isn't taking into account the value of the cerulean pigments needed to get all of this. And remember, that's using the average price across all US servers. Yours could be higher or lower, so if you want a more accurate estimation, check the prices on your server first before you calculate. And if you are thinking of flipping them yourself instead of selling them, a Reddit user by the name of Schraubert recently flipped 250,000 of them and shared his results. And in total, the value of each card was around 4 gold and 63 silver. This is a pretty extreme sample size, so I think it's pretty accurate for bulk flipping. So if the average value of these cards is over 4 gold and 63 silver on your server, you're going to want to sell them on the auction house instead of flipping them yourself, unless you're just really into gambling. Another thing to keep in mind is that you don't actually need Inscription learned to make these cards of Omens. If you talk to your building NPC without Inscription learned, you can have him make the cards for you. You can even have him make a mortar so you can still get cerulean pigments, since obviously you don't have milling as a non-scribe. The only downside to this is that you lose your daily war paint crafts, so you'll be generating 20 less a day as opposed to if you had Inscription learned. It's still good though if you want to run 3 profession buildings in your garrison. So I think that covers that pretty thoroughly. There is one more thing you can do to make some gold though. If you have a follower assigned to your scribe's quarters, you can have them craft something called a Draenor merchant order. These cost 4 cerulean pigments and 2 light parchments, and you can only make it once a day. Crafting this awards you with 2 partial receipts. If you combine 2 identical receipts, you'll get different merchant orders that vary in value depending on your luck. The small order vendors for 25 gold, the normal order for 75, and the large order for 225. It's random which one you'll get, and the partial receipts aren't soulbound, so you can send them between characters if you have a lot of inscribers. And just like the card of Omens, you don't actually need to have Inscription learned as a profession to have your follower make these. Something important to consider though is that these are going to see a small nerf in the upcoming pre-patch. All 3 orders will vendor for just 75 gold each, so overall the average is going to be lower, so you better take advantage of it while you can. Considering this on top of the cards of Omens makes for a pretty lucrative profession to have, and that's not even counting the glyph market, which can be really good too. I won't get into that in this video though, since I kinda want to keep it garrison stuff only. But I guess that pretty much covers everything. Once again, if you plan on leveling Inscription from scratch, I have a 1 to 700 leveling guide in the description that you may find handy. Regardless, I hope you found this video helpful. Give it a like if you liked it, and if you really liked it, let me know in the comments and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, good luck, and peace.